So instead of giving books makeovers like I usually do, today we're going to be giving them make-unders, I guess. Sometimes older book covers just look better though. And today, that's what we're going to be attempting to achieve. So, Hey guys, my name is Angus, and today we're going to be giving some popular YA books a retro book cover makeover. I guess that's what we'll call it. I've got 3 different YA books that I'm going to be redesigning into 3 different retro styles. So for example, maybe a 90s slasher novel or like a 60s romance novel. You get it? Now, by no means am I aiming to make these historically accurate. I'm just kind of using time periods as a guide, so don't come for me if they're not exact. But yeah, I'm going to be taking you through my inspiration process and then my design process and showing you the final products. So yeah, let's just get into it. The first book I'm going to be redesigning is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This one I'm probably most excited to do because I kind of am obsessed with The Raven Boys. We're going to be turning The Raven Boys into a 60s horror novel. So I'm thinking like H.P. Lovecraft, looking at like Ray Bradbury stuff. So this really like rough pencil gritty style illustration with like doomsday font on top. I don't want to make it too gross because you don't want to look at that, and I don't want to design that, but I do want to make it unsettling and kind of true to form. So we'll see how we go. Let's just have some fun with it. So, as usual, we started off with my rough outline that I always draw before my designs. I like this. I stayed pretty true to form to this sketch right here. There's a few little changes, but I don't know. This one I was pretty faithful. The other few, not so much. Here's the thing. I'm always saying like, oh my God, I love The Raven Boys. Oh my God, those books are so good. But I've only actually read the first book. So like, who do I think I am? Fake fan, that's what I am. Anyway, I love the first book and I've had the other 3 on my TBR for ages, but I just haven't gotten around to them. So maybe one day, hopefully one day, considering I consider myself a Raven Boys fan. I apologize if you can hear construction in the background. I don't know, but my neighbors decided that they wanted to demolish their house on a Saturday. So here we are. And I want to record this. So I don't know, very inconsiderate, but anyway, I wanted this cover to be spooky but not gross. So I think just the hand and the raven was like spooky in a cheesy way, just enough that it could communicate that this is, a spooky retro horror book with nothing too gross. And also, I guess the cemetery in the background helps set the scene. Now, what does the zombie corpse hand mean? And what does it have to do with the book? I don't know. That's not my job. I just do the cover and hope for the best. I mean, it kind of is my job, but I don't know. I think it looks cool. I mean, Raven Boys, and I guess, when Blue sees the spirit of the boy in the graveyard, is that what happens? See, I call myself a fan. I don't really remember much from the books. Anyway, the aim of this was not to be accurate, just to have a bit of fun. I think The Raven Boys could have been even cooler if it was a bit spookier. Like, I want more spooky, eerie ghost stuff in there. Like, I want Maggie Stiefvater to write a bit more spooky stuff. But I guess I'm not really here to tell Maggie Stiefvater how to write her books, so we'll digress. And I know I said, okay, this is a lot of me saying, I know I said this, but I know I said I wanted this to be like pencil, scratchy, hand-drawn aesthetic, but I haven't got time to do that because I have a life. So we just went with a bit more of a stampy, blocky, cut-out look. And I think it still looks true to the style that we're going for, just not 100% initially what I envisioned. Oh my God, these trees were a nightmare. Like, my computer just kept lagging because there was so many points to map out. But yeah, I don't know, this is probably... I hate to say this in the first thing in the video, but this is probably my favorite cover that I designed, and it's up first, but we'll see what you guys think because there's 2 more after this. But yeah, I think my favorite part of this cover would have to be the sunset that I put in the background, like the dusk skyline. I just think the colors add so much to this design and they're so beautiful and delicious. So I really loved that. The font, let me tell you about this font. It was a nightmare to get right. Like, what you see here is not what we go with. It's just what I have as placeholder because, oh my God, it was just so hard to find something that looked right. Oh my God. I spent so long trying to find the perfect font for this, something that wasn't too, anyway, there it is. We've switched, we jumped ahead, but that's the final font. I didn't want something that was too, scratchy, something that was a bit softer, so it looked a bit, what do you call it? A bit goofy. So I think we got it with that. And just a bit of grain to age it up and some torn edges. And then there you have it. Alrighty, next up, this one is going to be interesting, to say the least. I'm going to be turning Jenny Han's To All the Boys I've Loved Before into a 70s romance novel. So here's a fun fact about me. I'm actually related to a quite famous romance novelist from the 70s and 80s, Kathleen E. Woodiwiss. She's like my great cousin, I don't know, by some means in there somewhere. So that's interesting. I'm going to be actually using some of her covers as inspiration. So a mix of that with like Rosemary Rogers, like that's hot. I'm thinking like 19th century style painting of a half-naked couple embracing with like sprawling calligraphy on top. So it's going to be fun. I'm really keen for this one. Okay, this was a fun one. And it came together pretty quickly. I know I said half-naked couple embracing on the cover, but I decided to have our characters fully clothed because I couldn't find a still from the movie where they were naked. So yeah. Also, yeah, I am just stealing from the movie for the characters because I don't know. I think the casting for these movies was pretty spot on, and I don't have time to design a character from scratch. So yeah, this will have to make do for this video, but pretty much all I did was I used a blend brush on the characters just to make them look like they're a Renaissance painting. You just kind of run it over the skin and add some texture to it and it looks like it's a painting. The biggest challenge for this was getting it all to blend together and deciding what kind of background was going to look best, if I was going to go with more of like a realistic background or more of like a decorative flower background, as you can see I'm doing here. But yeah, we went with this like pink and blue kind of outdoor mountain scene, added some sparkles just to make it real cheesy. And then this nice like 70s font that I think works really well. The font was probably really the easiest part of this one. I don't know, it just like clicks straight away. Then the placement of the font was another thing. Like I was trying to do some cool wave stuff with it to make it real sprawling, but abandoned that quickly and just went with the basic text, a nice pink with an outline. It looks very of the era, I think. I really like the font. It's probably my favorite part of this one. It's pretty much it. Like it was pretty easy, this one. It looks very romance novel-y cover-ish, and added a little like steamy quote, bestseller little title thingy, some more fireworks, sparkles, and there you go. You've got yourself a romance novel cover from the 70s. Alrighty, and finally the last book we're going to be redesigning today is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and we're going to be turning Shadow and Bone into a 90s fantasy novel. So think like Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series, the original covers, Terry Goodkind's books, sharp, jarring text on top of like hand-drawn realism style illustrations, mass market 90s fantasy paperback stuff. I am tempted to try and design a book without people on the cover because I hate when there are people on covers of books, but we'll see how we go. The main idea I have is kind of like a deer, maybe on like a mountain or something. So that's all I have right now, but we'll see how we go. I need to find this font and I need to pair it up with an ISO of a color, stick it on some hand-drawn illustration. That's it. So let's get into it. Okay. Oh man, this one was a mess. So this is what we started with, this like deer on a mountain, but don't worry, we abandoned this very quickly. It looks embarrassingly bad. I can't with this one. It's so ugly. Like it looks fine now. Like the idea is good, but it just execution wise, it just did not come together because I don't know, I can't like quickly illustrate a deer. Like I'm such an idiot thinking I could do that. So we had this mountain, the mountain came together okay, and then I stole a deer from the internet, was trying to make it blend and look like it was on the mountain, but it just looks so stupid. Who makes a deer purple? Apparently me. Apparently I do that. And then yeah, just put some purple clouds in the background because why the fuck not? It's so bad. But this idea gets abandoned very quickly. In a sec. Okay, Angus, just abandon it. Just move on. I was looking at some stuff of The Fold from the show. Ended up going with this kind of very, very jarring, like of the era of font and setup with the red background, which I think looks not good, but it looks right. So use that, and then it was just deciding what the actual scene was going to be. I was just going to steal from the show poster, but couldn't really make that look like it was from the time period. So we ended up going with this like swirly forest storm scene. I had a little woman in a coat that I put in there, but it's okay. She goes, and we used this coat instead. Just added a bit of brush effects to make it look like it's the same illustration. Blending it together, a bit of sparkles, which I don't think stay, and then the lightning bolt, because I guess this is in the fold. I guess that's what I was going for. And then snow, because it snows. Does it in the fold? I don't know. I don't remember. Some fog, and then just adding, like, just blending things together. A few like little sticker things that you see on those mass market covers. A little book one of Grishaverse title. And just aged it up a bunch. But yeah, New York Times bestseller, little sticker thingy. And I mean, I'm pretty happy with this one. It looks ugly as fuck. Like, I hate it, but it looks right. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like the covers. Let me know what you think, and let me know what other books you'd like to see me give a retro makeover, plus what genre / era you'd like me to turn them into. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time in another video. Bye!